it's really bright, like the sun is real bright. Do you want me to try? It's just I'm gonna have to unplug everything because I'll probably fall, yeah? Okay. Okay.
Yes, I do. Can you hear me okay? Great.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Hey all, welcome to DBL. It's Monday, April 6th. Welcome again, to a human connection in a world that definitely feels very, very different from a month ago. Now, it's not mac and cheese today, it's just cheese. I'm the only host in the studio today, but please know that our fellow co-hosts are totally safe and at home. In fact, we're trying something different today. Stephanie and Al are joining us from their homes. Hello.
Hey.
First of all, Al, how was your weekend? And also, Al, how was your mustache weekend?
I realized that the mustache got a little aggressive this morning. I was too worried to do anything before the show. So it's just it's like when your kid's being bad at the grocery store, you're gonna deal with it after you leave. I'll deal with it after the show.
Cool, got it. Cool, just cool stash. Steph, how are you doing? I'm so glad to see your face.
It's so lovely to be talking with you guys. I've missed you so much. I missed the studio. You're doing such a good job, Tori. Seriously, you're holding down the fort.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you. It feels really weird here. It feels very strange. But I'm glad to have, you know what I'm glad to have? The rice, beans, and cheese today. That's what we have. All right. Is everyone cool with that?
There we go.
Okay, it's a yummy little thing. Let's get right to it. Thank you. We are trying to stay positive here. Things are, let's be honest, expected to get pretty tough this week, okay? I'm here for you, we're all there for you, but let's be honest and say what it is, as the U.S. Surgeon General had a warning for all Americans about the coronavirus. Let's take a look.
It's tragically fitting that we're talking at the beginning of Holy Week, because this is going to be the hardest and the saddest week of most Americans' lives, quite frankly. This is going to be our Pearl Harbor moment, our 9/11 moment, only it's not going to be localized. It's going to be happening all over the country, and I want America to understand that.
So some strong words, but we can all help change that outcome. So here's what the Assistant Secretary for Health and Human Services said on the Today Show. Take a look.
You really need to keep your physical contact with others and with surfaces to the minimum possible. That does not mean go without medications. If you need to go to the pharmacy to get your medications, if you need to get groceries, do it. But don't go every day to the grocery store like many people do. Do it as infrequently as possible.
So, for instance, I was listening to a Buddhist teacher, obviously, yesterday. Cool story, Tori. And she said, before you go to the grocery store, make a list of what you absolutely need. It's a good time to sort of tighten everything down. Steph, are you making changes about going out, about doing anything? I know you're staying in, but have you even further quarantined yourself?
So a few weeks ago, when obviously we were finding out about the coronavirus and when everyone was panic mass bulk buying, I did have to really think about, okay, how much am I going to buy, because I do live on my own and I do have autoimmune disease and asthma, and so I thought, right, I would rather buy enough that I know is going to last me so I don't have to keep making trips to the store. Another thing that I do, which I know that you do too, Tori, is that I order a lot of my food actually from HelloFresh. It comes sealed once a week. It's a home delivery, so I don't actually have to go to the store. So for me, I think that's made me feel a lot more confident and know that I'm doing more of my bit because I'm not actually going out at all that much. So I don't need to keep going back to the store. But that's something that everyone needs to remember. You know, make the use of whatever you have at home. Go through all your supplies before you go, because it really is serious and you do need to be staying home right now.
Yeah, that's true. Al, do you and your stash stay home as much as possible?
We do, Tori, and I'll tell you this, before your Buddhist teacher told you to have a plan before you go to the grocery store, you know who said that?
Who?
I did. I said that a couple weeks ago.
You did.
Having a strategy when you go out, it honestly does, and I think this is something that will, because remember guys, we will get through this, but we can take some lessons from this. I really do think that being more efficient, first of all, will save you some money. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you're not spending as much money because you're not kind of out. Yes, you spend money on your bills and groceries, but you also spend money just when you're out on a Saturday afternoon and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get some ice cream, and oh, let's stop in here, and you end up kind of frittering your money away. So I think when you do have a plan when you leave the house, you go out, you say, I'm gonna buy a shirt and a belt. If you buy that and come right back home, you'll save money, and I think it's really important because, you know, everybody's belt's a little tighter.
It's true. It's a great point, and know that you got to save stuff for other people. Well, this goes directly to Stephanie, this story, because the Queen of England addressed the nation in a very rare televised speech. Let's all take a look at this.
Many will feel a painful sense of separation from their loved ones. But now as then, we know deep down that it is the right thing to do. We should take comfort that while we may have more still to endure, better days will return. We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again.
Wow, I believe that's only the 4th time she's ever done that in her reign. Meantime, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, remember, he tested positive 10 days ago, has been hospitalized. He released this video at the time telling everyone of his diagnosis, but apparently his symptoms are no longer mild, and he's being, quote, observed by doctors. He remains in charge of the country. Steph, this hits directly home. How are you feeling? The Queen making a big announcement. I mean, that's rare.
It's very rare. So in England, we're used to the Queen. She does a speech every single Christmas, which is one that's filled with positivity and hope and, you know, what's to come for the next year. This is actually the 5th time that, so you're right, she's done 4 previously. This is the 5th time that she's spoken to the public.
Wow. And
they've always been at times of, you know, tragedy. So for instance, when we lost Princess Diana, the Princess of Wales, when we lost the Queen Mother, when it was the Gulf War. So you can see where she's really trying to rally everyone together and really give that sense of community. And what she's trying to say is there is time that you will see your friends, you will see your family, and things will be okay, but we all need to rally together in this moment. So I think that just goes to show, I thought it was really heartfelt and warming, and I think it gave everyone in England a huge sense of kind of togetherness.
Yeah.
Also with Boris, you mentioned Boris, he's obviously in hospital right now, and his team haven't denied that he's on oxygen. So at the moment he's still, as you said, he's running the country, but I don't know how long that will continue on for if he still remains sick.
Yeah, I completely agree. To be honest, Steph, the Queen didn't just help England, she helped a lot of us. She's not only adorable, she's reassuring. She's a fortress in a storm, to be honest, and sorry to get very Shakespearean, but I thought she did a beautiful job, and I was happy to hear from her. But
Oh,
before
phenomenal.
we go to break, we do want to leave you all with some good news. So take a look at this. This mom from Staten Island, she got a heartwarming send-off by hospital staff. She'd been hospitalized for 15 days fighting the virus. She was recovered and discharged in good health into the arms of her hubby. So hats off to the doctors, the nurses, the sanitation personnel who treated her, and hats off to her for fighting through and surviving. It is possible. Al, did we get to make you cry this time?
You guys almost did, but you know what, Tori? I'm more filled with passion. I want everybody to remember what we just watched and remember this. And I want there to be some legislation passed right now that as soon as we are past this coronavirus, that hospital staff and nurses and first responders and people at our grocery stores get a raise. I don't want to call them heroes anymore. I want to pay them. Let's do that right now, because as soon as stuff gets better, everybody's memory gets a little hazy. Let's remember to pay these people for what they're doing. They're putting their lives and their family's safety on the line. They should be compensated for that.
I completely agree with you. It's called hazard pay. It's not something that we haven't done before. They're putting themselves in hazard's way. I would include bus drivers, truck drivers, all of that. Alan, Steph, we will check back with you guys later for more trending stories. Well, coming up on DBL, the doctor herself, Payal Coley, returns to answer more of your questions about the coronavirus and gives us a silver lining. Yes, Lord. Plus, if you think you've seen the last of Tiger King, think again. We've got an exciting update for all you fans out there. And as we go to break, another look at our empty studio. Hey, Chris, how you doing? We're doing our part to work from home and keep people safe. We'll be right back with the doc. Welcome back to DBL. Here we are all about facts, not fears, and providing information to keep you and your loved ones safe. And may I add empathy, because today's going to be a hard day. This week's going to be hard, so let's have some empathy for each other. Well, I have empathy for this woman because she's working harder than anyone I know, Dr. Payal Coley. Cool, pubescent crack in my voice. She joins us live again to answer your questions about the coronavirus. How are you, Dr. Coley?
Hi, Tori. How are you?
I'm alone, but I miss you.
I miss you too. I know. I miss the rest of the guys too.
Totally. It's weird, but we're going to do it for social distancing. Now, Brenda writes in, now that we have to make our own masks, Dr. Coley, what is the best material to use?
So Tori, this has actually been looked at, and the two things the material needs to have, the first is breathability, so you have to be able to breathe while wearing it, and the second is it has to filter or have some efficacy in preventing transmission of droplets. So the best material is really 100% cotton, like an old t-shirt, folded in half. Okay, and it's important because Jeff last week was talking about using a ski mask, and I would advise against that because they've actually done some studies that have looked at polyester materials like spandex or polyester, and those actually act like Velcro for the virus. So they actually trap the virus. So really stick with the cotton. And then one other analogy I want to make is think of your mask like you do of your underwear. So you with me on this?
Okay, now I am. Weird. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the underwear, when you touch your underwear, you really just want to touch the edges, right? You don't want to touch it all over and get your hands all over it, and that's how you want to handle your mask. And then the second thing is, just like you change your underwear every day, or at least we hope that you do,
Fingers
the
crossed.
mask needs to be basically washed every single time you use it. So you have to, as soon as you use it, come home and put it in the wash. You can't use it over and over again. So I recommend making 4 or 5 masks so that you can do your laundry every few days and wash it every single time.
Smart. Cotton, the fabric of our lives. Well, our second question comes from Kim. She wants to know if she only goes out to get curbside food service and to go to pharmacies and grocery stores, is she the one people are they screaming at to stay at home?
So Kim, no, we're not screaming at you because really essential reasons are the reasons it's okay to leave your house, like groceries, food, and pharmacy. Having said that, as you talked about earlier in the show, it's really important to minimize those trips. Don't go to the grocery store every day just to get out of the house, particularly if you're one of those vulnerable people. Try to go once every 10 days or so that you're really minimizing those trips. And of course, stay out of those parks, stay out of the trails, stay out of those public places as much as possible.
That's good. All right, a quick answer on this one. Terry writes in, the Bronx Zoo just had a tiger test positive for COVID-19. Does this mean the virus can be transferred between humans and animals? Can I catch it from my pets? I've been tweeted this a lot. What's the answer here, Doc?
The answer is that there has been a Chinese study that has shown transmission from human to animals, particularly cats are thought to be susceptible.
Wow.
There have also been reports of dogs in Hong Kong that have caught it. So be real careful around your pets because this is all new. Before we thought it was a human-only virus, and now we're learning it can affect certain animals as well.
Wow. All right, well, before we go, what do we always want to do? It's time for Dr. Coley's silver lining. Yes, Lord. I'm sorry.
It. You do it just as well as Al. Yeah. So the silver lining today is actually I read a new trial that they're starting on vaccine that gave me a lot of hope. And so this is the BCG vaccine, which has been around since 1921, almost 100 years. It's been used for tuberculosis, but they're thinking that it might actually have some efficacy against coronavirus because it revs up and boosts your immune system to actually fight other viruses as well. So the great thing about this vaccine, it's safe. We've had it around for 100 years. It's really cheap. It costs pennies to give to people. And if it works, we'll have it within a few months rather than having to wait a whole year like we will for the other vaccine.
That's incredible good news. And it's also great to know that just the scientists are stepping it up to make this as fast as possible. We're not waiting 2-3 years. This is really good to hear. I apologize again for trying to be Al. I think that went okay, but I'd give myself like a B-. Thank you so much, Dr. Coley. And Dr. Coley, as always, returns tomorrow. So if you have a question about coronavirus you do want answered to Dr. Coley, write in to us on social media. You can email us also at info@dailyblastlive.com. There is no panic here. There's just prevention and precautions. Again, thank you for being clear, honest, but spectacular. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Al and Steph are back with us. Hi, guys.
Hey, hey.
Hey!
Hey, all right. Well, the American Country Music Awards were supposed to air last night, but they were postponed until September due to the virus. Instead, though, fans were treated to a series of at-home concerts by country music stars like Keith Urban, Carrie Underwood, and Shania Twain. Take a look.
7 kids on a 2-lane road. We had the guns on the radio.
Tomorrow when the sun comes up, tonight's the night that never was. Baby, just forget my name.
Honey, I'm home and I had a hard day. Pour me a cold one and oh, by the way, rub my feet, give me something to eat, fix me up.
Wow, Shania Twain with the horse. Al, 1 out of 10, how much were you going to watch this and how much do you think you would have enjoyed it?
First of all, I did watch clips, so that counts. Look, obviously, I know a lot of people were thinking, oh, Al's black, he's not in the country. You know what I'm into? I'm a big outlaw country guy.
Okay.
My dad liked a lot of outlaw country. My dad was kind of an outlaw himself when he was a youth, so that's the kind of country that I gravitate towards. But I did think Shania did a good job. She really could blow.
She really could blow. Steph, how'd you enjoy it?
Oh my gosh, so I just love award shows of literally any kind. But mainly, I'll be honest, normally I'm watching for like what everyone's wearing in the red carpet, which obviously right now is non-existent. But Shania stepped it up. She's got a pony. She's outside her barn. She's living her best life. I love her. So, you know, she's been my highlight of my day so far.
So far, I agree, and I love that she had a pony. I love it when you say that. All right, just when you thought you couldn't get enough of Tiger King, one of the stars of the hit Netflix docuseries, Jeff Lowe, says, oh, there's more in store. Let's take a look.
Take care, guys. We love you. Netflix is adding 1 more episode. We'll be on next week.
Next week, yeah.
We're filming here tomorrow. Take care, stay safe, and put your mask on.
Meanwhile, another series star, Joe Exotic, recently spoke to Netflix about life in prison. If you remember, he's currently serving 22 years for trying to plot the murder of his nemesis, big cat rescue owner Carol Baskin. Let's have a look.
I'm done with the Carol Baskin saga. It's now time to turn the tables and Joe get out of jail, a free man, and exonerated from all these charges.
Cool twang at the end, twang. I want to know from you, Al, you and I have been really into it a lot. Do you think that Joe Exotic will get out of jail?
I do. I do. This country is based on celebrity. Our president hosted a show called Celebrity Apprentice. I mean, everything. Kim Kardashian gets more people out of jail than lawyers do. Celebrity means a lot in this country, and he is right now, I'm sorry to say, the biggest celebrity in the country. No one is talking about my hero LeBron James right now. No one's talking about the rappers or everybody, black, white, Asian, everybody's talking about Joe Exotic. He has crossed over every demo. He is in everybody's living rooms, and people want to hear from this man, and they want to see him. They want to see that interview, and I think he's going to get out. This country will figure out a way.
My word. All right, don't go away. Steph, I want to get your take, too. One more segment with you guys. We will be right back. Rawr.
Promotional consideration.
Welcome back to your cheese of your mac and cheese at DBL. Everyone is taking extra precautions when grocery shopping right now, but it's just as important when you bring those groceries home. So we're chatting about it in today's DBL Health Blast, sponsored by eHealth. And I love that graphic of the flying salad. When you bring your groceries home, cleanliness is key. So the coronavirus can live on plastic food items up to 3 days and on canned food up to 24 hours. So here's how you can stop the spread. A, wash your hands right away. Put gloves on. Clean that canned food and cardboard food items with disinfectant wipes. Wash your fruits and vegetables with soap and water, not just water. Then rinse again with cold water before storing. Don't forget, you gotta wipe down that countertop that your groceries were on. Now, for affordable quality health insurance, call eHealth at 1-800-850-0679. Steph, do you also enjoy that flying salad graphic? I don't know if you can see it, but it's very, but it's more arduous now, but we have to take care of ourselves.
Oh no, seriously, we really do. And guys, just try your best. I mean, I know it's very difficult. My mum was even telling me that when the postman has been dropping off the mail, she's been spritzing down all the mail too, you know, and then leaving it out in the sun to dry. Things like that. So you just got to be extra cautious right now, you know?
Yeah, extra careful. And to be honest, if you see a grocery store worker, as Al has always said, or a bus driver, thank them. They are sometimes seen as the least important, and now they are the most essential. So I hope that that paradigm stays. Al, you have a quick button to add on that?
I just completely agree. Appreciate you guys.
All right, it was fantastic being with you, Al. Steph, thank you. That was fun. Reminder, we're on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Have some empathy for each other out there. Bye, guys.